We like to party. We like to party.
We like to party.
The Venga bus is coming.
The bus is coming. Sydney Prescott.
Sydney
I know her.
Prescott.
Ghostface from down the village.
She drives the Venga bus.
She drives the Venga bus.
I've started recording, but I do want to mention.
Yeah.
I love in the original pilot she says lush like
I
twice.
know. I love that as well.
I know. It's just like
Valley's girl.
Yeah, a different kind of Valley's girl.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
Buffy would be incredible if it was a Welsh. What's
Well,
the
like
sitch?
School. What's the sitch?
What's the sitch?
Yeah, I do like the 90s lingo.
Love the 90s lingo.
Yeah.
All right, I'm Buffy Summers.
All right.
I was born to be the Slayer.
This is like one of our 3 jokes of turning a character Welsh.
Yeah, I don't know why it makes me laugh so much.
Just taking the most American
Yeah,
idea. Just
I think
giving
that's
her
it.
a bit of a Welsh
twang. Yeah, the first one we proper did it with that I always like going back to is the when we were talking about what they could possibly do with Scream 7.
Oh, which is obviously the Cult of Scream.
Yeah, the cult of Scream. They've got to do the Ghostface cult.
Yeah.
But it's rather than like what the internet wants as a Ghostface cult. It would be so much better if Sydney Prescott was on holiday in Wales and went to a Welsh village in the valleys, and there was like, we're all Ghostface.
We're all Ghostface.
We're all Ghostface.
And then we combined it with the
village.
and then we combined it with the Little Britain joke.
Oh yeah,
of the only gay in the village, but
the only gay in the village. I do. That's like the one Little Britain joke I still like.
Yeah, it's still the only funny one.
He likes cock, David.
But yeah, we transmuted into he was the Ghostface killer. So
Yeah.
he's the only Ghostface in the village.
Only Ghostface in the village.
Now that we've explained this joke and destroyed it, and now it's on air, so we can't make it anymore.
No, I love it.
Okay, fine, we'll cut it out.
No, I'm going to continue making it.
You're going to continue making it.
Who's going to stop me? Who's going to stop me? I'm
Somebody
the only
please.
Ghostface in the village.
Somebody please.
Someone's going to comment being like, your Welsh accents are terrible, and that would upset me.
They would.
Yeah.
It depends who you're around, whether your Welsh comes out.
It's mainly when I'm teaching.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, realistic, this is my normal voice. But when I teach and I project and I go into, like, the, what's the word, like, performance of it all.
You turn into a very gay Welshman.
I'm a very gay Welshman. Especially because I work with little kids, so, you've got to have that projected voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, oh, dear. Oh, can I see anyone doing some nice sitting on this carpet?
Nice sitting.
Good sitting.
Can I see some lush sitting right now?
Good sitting. Good. Oh, lovely. Okay, hopefully none of the kids I ever teach listen to this, especially because most of them are like infants.
Hey, with the passage of time, I'm sure this podcast will be lost.
You never know. But if you are, I'm very sorry to tell you, if I ever called you lovely, it's 90% chance I forgot your name. Because I work with lots of kids.
Oh,
and I just,
lovely.
Right, lovely.
That's good. I need to start doing that because I always forget people's names.
It's my go-to.
That's good. Is that or love?
Love.
I don't call people love, but I hear a lot of people call me love.
I don't call people love only because I'm a man, and even though I feel like it would hit different with the way I speak, especially like in my school voice.
Mate?
Mate? Yeah, I can't help but think like, you're right, love? Like, I can't think of like that man, Yeah. It's just like demeaning.
I find love almost demeaning, but I'll take it over mate any day.
Oh yeah, mate. I don't even like getting called mate.
Cheers, mate. Fuck off.
Fuck off. You don't know me.
You're not lush.
You're not my mate.
Bit of a tangent. How was your research for this?
How was my research for this?
Yeah, how was it?
It was all right. Why did you
nothing. I was just like wanted to talk about it.
Fair. I thought you were.
No, it's just like really extensive. It's like definitely one of the beefiest.
Well, it's one of the arguably most culturally significant shows, like, of the last couple decades.
Yeah.
Like, it's shaped modern television.
Yeah, because like in my research process, which if you could call it that, it always starts on Wikipedia, and when I gauge like how important this is by how long it is, and holy fuck, there is a lot to scroll through.
There is, yeah. Well, it's it's first of all, it is just a long show in terms of 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Other than the first season, 22 episodes each.
Yeah, and just the general like
4
impact
seasons.
of it all.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get into it later with like how it was like received and whatever. But just like looking at it, you just like it was like key with like fandom culture.
Exactly. Well, it's like talking about. We usually say like, "What's your relationship with Buffy?"
Yeah.
and I can both say, like, I've only recently watched it, but until recently, neither of us had watched it.
Yeah, no, I've never seen any of it.
Most people, I feel like our age, would know of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
It's just one of those shows that kind of transcended. She's like an icon. She is. I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar herself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is an icon.
I feel as though a lot more people from our specific generation, or maybe just our group, know her from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, but I think that the thing is,
which is not a detractor in any way.
No,
she's
that's
fantastic.
The thing, because she's fantastic in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, but she also brings like a Buffiness to it, because prior to the Scooby-Doo with Sarah Michelle, she didn't act like that, I don't feel.
Daphne. I think she really changed the portrayal of Daphne, because that was kind of what the point of that movie was, is Daphne's always the damsel in distress of the group.
Yeah, and then she brought like the Buffy energy of like, she's still like feminine, but she has like strong characteristics. She's like, she kicks ass.
She's confident. She's smart with her femininity. She's like an Elle Woods before. Before Elle Woods? When was Legally Blonde?
I don't know. You could definitely
around
feel
the same time,
like Clueless in this as well.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
The whole like teen. High school teen clique.
But I'm thinking of specifically in Scooby-Doo 2, when they get trapped inside that ball thing, and Daphne solves it with a bit of makeup and wipes, and she fully says, like, I enjoy being a girl.
Yeah.
And that's something I've always loved about Daphne. That's something that I think Sarah Michelle Gellar just really brings to Daphne. Not necessarily because of Buffy, but I think she brings that to Buffy as well.
Yeah. No, she's like absolutely pivotal with this character. It seems clear with like all interviews, like she cares extremely deeply about this entire show. I saw one really recently because I've been researching this all week. It's messed my algorithm up, but in a good way. Where I watched, I went on YouTube Shorts because like if I get 2 minutes, if I can just go on it, most of it's. I get bored really quickly on it anyway. Don't go on the YouTube Shorts tangent.
Yeah, it's not like a doom scroll thing because it's like within a minute I'm just like, oh, most of these are boring. But I saw an interview with her. I saw 2 things with her. One of them was her presenting an award. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
But like the crowd went wild when she came out.
Of course they would.
And like, she spoke about the impact of like women in film and like how she felt so special.
Yeah, we've talked about in prior episodes about the impact of Buffy on the show.
We've mentioned it in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
It almost like ties it together. I know this isn't our season finale.
No.
But in a way it kind of is, because like next week we're talking about Twin Peaks, which is more special to us.
Yeah.
And it's still very culturally relevant. But I feel like Buffy is almost more, it ties everything together.
Yeah, it does.
And like a lot of the shows and pilots we've talked about, the way those shows would develop was directly influenced by Buffy.
Yeah. It's that, and I feel X-Files, which we haven't covered this, but we will eventually.
We will cover it eventually. It's a big one.
Yeah, but the shows that come up the most in terms of influence are like the X-Files and Buffy.
Yes, exactly.
So, but funnily, it didn't start off as a TV show, did it?
It didn't, no. So Buffy was created, the TV show, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer as a character was created originally as Rhonda the Immortal Waitress.
Yeah,
by
it was Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon had the idea of Rhonda the Immortal Waitress, which is just a very funny title.
Yeah.
But it was mainly, he wanted to play on the idea of the horror movie victims, the blonde who gets killed, which is really funny considering one of Sarah Michelle Gellar's, the opening, but also one of Sarah Michelle Gellar's other big roles at the time was I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
So where she does get killed.
Starring her future husband, Freddy.
Fred. Who also was in Scooby-Doo.
Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Fred from Scooby-Doo. No, his name's actually Fred. Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, that's why they hired him.
Yeah, probably.
Once again, stunt can't sting.
It's not the fact that he looks like Fred.
No.
But yeah, so Buffy originally was a movie script because Joss Whedon wanted to have a character who is usually the victim but is a hero. So the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie came out in 1992, and it was produced by Dolly Parton's production company, Sand
I know,
Dollar.
I was looking through the credits of the show, and I was just like, because I was looking on IMDb, and I was just like, this is taking the piss. Someone's obviously like, because I'm not deep into Buffy lore or anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is like a big thing within the fandom or whatever. But I was looking and I was just like, okay, someone's taking the piss and someone added this, and I clicked on it, and then I started doing research and I was like, holy shit, she did.
Yeah.
She was like an actual producer on the show.
Yeah, she was. And the movie did come out. It was kind of middling. I've seen the movie and I'll talk about my opinions on it in a minute.
Okay.
But just staying on the production side of it, there were quite a few production issues between Whedon and 20th Century Fox's executives who were working on the movie.
Yeah.
Which led to Whedon eventually walking out on the movie. Oh, so the movie was made essentially without him. They changed a lot of his script. They thought the jokes were too abstract, and a lot of the darker aspects were too violent. They wanted sort of a more... What's the word? When something's more general, more...
Palatable?
More palatable, yeah, that's a good... They wanted a more palatable sort of teen B-movie.
Yeah.
Whereas Joss Whedon really wanted to go quite far with...
Well, like both aspects.
Both aspects. The comedy. He wanted the comedy and the violence both to go up. Essentially. And there's also... I also saw about how Whedon didn't like Donald Sutherland. And how he plays Merrick, because
I haven't seen the movie. That's surprising. He's a fantastic actor.
I think he's great in the movie. From what I can tell from my research, it was because they changed a lot of the script, and that's what Whedon didn't like. And a lot of Donald Sutherland's character's dialogue, he was kind of given free rein over.
Okay.
And Whedon didn't like that. He didn't like the Donald Sutherland.
Yeah, especially for like a writer like Whedon, who's like known for his dialogue.
Yeah, exactly.
I can kind of see like how you get frustrated from it.
Yeah, so I don't think it's like a matter of, everything was terrible. It was more just that Whedon had his vision and they didn't see it.
Yeah.
So the movie went on without him, and it did come out.
And it did fine.
It is fine.
Not critically, it seemed like it was panned.
I mean, yeah, it's not well regarded. People obviously revisited it a lot because of the show.
Yeah.
To go into my opinion of the movie, I think it's fine. There's one specific bit I really like, but a lot of the
Do you want to say what it is, or did you want to save it?
Well, we've kind of already talked about it, I suppose, in a way, because we had talked about Sarah Michelle Gellar's femininity, and the role that she brings to the role, and I like that aspect of it. And there's a specific line I really like when Buffy's the whole end set piece is a dance.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Buffy isn't played by Sarah Michelle Gellar in the movie. Who's she played by? She is played by Christy Swanson. Sarah Michelle Gellar brings a lot to Buffy, but she is good in the movie. But regardless of who's playing her, Buffy is at a dance with a boy. They're slow dancing. The boy knows that she's a vampire hunter, and they're dancing, and he says to her, "You're not like other girls," and she just goes, "Yes, I am."
Yeah.
And that's an aspect that I think was probably part of Whedon's original writing, just because that's something he really carries through with Buffy, I think.
Yeah,
that we'll go into more later, but just, she is a girl. Just like how Michelle Gellar played Daphne, the femininity is never lost.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the movie's fine. It's a fun little B-movie. I think it didn't help that I saw the pilot, not just the pilot, because we've got the pilot and the first episode in this case. Welcome to Hellmouth, yeah. I don't think it helped that I saw them first.
Yeah.
I think if I'd seen the movie first, I probably would have been a bit nicer to it.
Do you think so?
But not greatly. I don't think my opinion would have flipped.
But you can see, the roots of what it was going to
You can see the roots of it, but you can, yeah. I think that you can see that it's kind of doesn't commit that much to a lot.
I looked into the directors. They haven't gone on to do much.
No, I didn't think they had.
They had a producing credit on the show only because they made this movie.
Yes.
The show as well as the movie, but it's a Joss Whedon project.
Joss Whedon, yeah.
Let's talk about him.
Yes.
What are your thoughts and opinions about Joss Whedon? Minus all the allegations.
Okay. Well, let's get the allegations out of the way.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
The actress. A lot of actresses have spoken against him.
Specifically on the Buffy cast.
Especially, yeah. He's generally apparently quite sexist. Allegedly,
which is given his entire body of work,
that's really
and how
surprising.
much it points to going against, but I guess you can compartmentalize and just separate these things and still be a dick.
He liked the idea of the character, but didn't necessarily think of the women behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, allegedly. So Charisma Carpenter, who plays Cordelia on Buffy, gets pregnant. Not like the character, but Charisma Carpenter herself was pregnant and apparently was fired because of her pregnancy.
Yeah.
Or at least just essentially written off the show.
Yeah.
And she just felt completely mistreated, which sucks because So I've seen season 1 of Buffy because I'm watching it along with another podcast I really like, but I'd never seen it before. I love Charisma Carpenter in this show.
She was great in the first episode.
Even just in the first episode, most of my favorite lines are by her.
Yeah.
So I've done really well to not have any spoilers for Buffy, considering it is so big culturally. So to know that she does leave the show and to know it's over this is just so gutting.
Yeah, that's like devastating.
But yeah, so Sarah Michelle Gellar has also made a statement on it, and I've got it here. It's a long statement, but I do think it's just important to say that she says she'll never tell her full story because she doesn't get anything out of it, because everybody, and it's a situation where everybody loses. She hopes the legacy of Buffy doesn't change because she is proud to have worked on it, and she hopes that it gives success to all the people that worked on it. Mm-hmm. And she's proud of her castmates. She does say it wasn't the ideal working situation, but it's okay to love Buffy for what they created because she thinks it's spectacular.
Yeah.
And it was not necessarily about finding her voice, but learning how to use it. And she's proud to be forever associated with Buffy Summers, but she does not want to be forever associated with Joss Whedon. And she said, "I stand with all survivors of abuse, and I'm proud for them for speaking out."
Queen.
So I think that just kind of summarizes it. Joss Whedon sounds like he's an absolute piece of shit.
So when we go on to speak about the rest of the show, and maybe even his previous work, which I'll talk about in a little bit, just note we are separating it.
Yes, yeah. We are big
good
fans
people can
of...
the reverse. Bad people can make good stuff.
Yeah,
doesn't mean we're
yeah, and it's sad because we're big fans of Death of the Author. I do think there are cases where it gets too bad, where it's no, it's still not relevant. For example, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Just Death of the Author, but also a piece of shit. I don't want to engage with Harry Potter because of her. But I think that Joss Whedon, it's yes, he was a piece of shit, but the other people are still so proud to have worked on it.
Yeah, and they clearly brought so much of it.
Exactly. They put so much of themselves into it. And even then, yes, bad people can be good writers. And it's, you can't talk about Joss Whedon without saying that he's a piece of shit, but you also can't talk about him and deny the effect that he has had on pop culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because...
even going beyond this, he's obviously worked on, famously, the Avengers.
The Avengers.
Firefly. Yeah. I don't like Firefly, but that's a different thing.
Firefly's not for me, but
he made Justice League out of the carcass of Zack Snyder's work.
Yeah.
So that was saying. So in a post-Me Too'd Justice League, Joss Whedon doesn't have the best reputation. So going back to this is quite interesting. I've only recently watched Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, which I kind of hate to say, I kind of liked.
I haven't seen it. I need to watch it because I think I might like it.
Yeah. You can... it's enjoyable. Neil Patrick Harris is great in it. However, this is different. This was a different time.
Yes.
We're going back to the past. 30 years ago.
Yeah, it is. It's not even a matter of 20 years ago now. This is
97.
Yes. So Buffy the movie came out in 92.
Oh, so there was a massive gap.
Yeah, there was a big gap. So Buffy the movie came out in 92, quite middling. Mm-hmm. And then years later, the president of Sound Dollar Television, who was also a Fox executive, Gail Berman, contacted Whedon and said, "I want to turn Buffy into a show," with the concept being high school itself is a horror movie, and the supernatural elements can be metaphors for adolescence.
Yeah.
The series started life as Slayer. Yeah, so Joss Whedon was adamant, Buffy, he wants the name to be a part of it. They wanted to call it Slayer to kind of make it, again, more approachable, more accessible for a general audience. And he's like, no, I want it to be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And he got his wish. He wrote a 25-minute non-broadcast pilot, which was eventually sold to Warner Brothers. And the pilot is available online. It's not like Sherlock, which we covered last week, where...
Yeah, he seems quite ashamed of it.
Yeah, Sherlock's pilot was available on DVDs.
Which I've got opinions about.
Really interesting. Yeah. We'll talk about that, because Buffy's pilot isn't available on DVDs. It is online, but it's not available on home media, because Whedon says the pilot sucks.
Yeah.
Just to go into my further notes just on production. So we've got it all got. Whedon ran the show, so he was the showrunner for up to season 5, and then in season 6 and 7, Marty Noxon took over, where the show eventually ended. I think it's probably something to do with Angel. Yeah. Because Buffy had
because he had Angel going at the same time, and Firefly.
Exactly.
Or maybe not Firefly, but maybe Serenity, the Firefly movie.
So he had a lot going on, essentially. Buffy was massive. It was so well regarded. It includes spin-offs such as, like we said, Angel, lots of comic books. Found out today, video games.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the video games.
Not just one, like 3.
More than 3.
More than 3. Well, they go across like console generations. I think that's what I meant.
Oh, yeah, fair. I get what you mean. But yeah, we got Xbox, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced, DS.
Yeah, we were going across the entire spectrum. It was fun earlier when we discovered it. We were just sending clips back and forth.
Yeah.
I just love old tie-in game covers.
Yeah,
so just sending the DS covers back and forth was really fun.
It's basically just sending stills of Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
Like on different consoles.
I love seeing shitty promo art for these kind of things.
Yeah. And yeah, Buffy, it even had an Audible show that I got ads for on YouTube for like a full year.
Oh, did you?
Where it was like, she was chosen for this fight. I'm ready to kick some, and then before she says ass, it cuts to Slayers. So, yeah.
Oh, wait, that one!
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that was Buffy.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I was, like, blanking it.
So, I don't blame you, because, you know, it's an advert.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buffy's...
I've got this magical skill of just, like,
as you should,
rolling my eyes at the back of my skull
like,
whenever there's an advertisement
in front of me. Pay for YouTube Premium. No, I will refresh until I get a 5-second one, and then those 5 seconds I will be blanked out.
That's why we'll never accept any sponsorship. I'm saying it now. We'll never accept any.
I might cut that. Because, look...
What, are you going to accept that fucking shitty dog?
Okay. No, yeah, it's true. We were like, the day after publishing our first episode, got like a scam sponsor. It was like, I love your dog. I want to send you free stuff.
Yeah.
Right. This is way off topic.
No, fuck it. Go for it.
Okay, I'm going for it. Hopefully, like, any future sponsors don't listen to this bit. Just because we've got a sponsorship doesn't mean you have to do shit. Skip it. It was 30-second sponsor. Fast forward.
Please
We get paid. You don't have to listen to it.
I wish there was a visual way. Like, you could see the waveform. Maybe if we upload the SoundCloud, I'll scream when the ad ends so you can just see from the waveform there's just a block.
Or we just... Spotify has, like, you could skip 15 seconds at a time.
We'll do it perfectly.
We make sure it is exactly a multiple of 15. So I'm saying this now, and I do this with... I listen to other podcasts that have ads, have sponsorships. I don't listen to a single fucking one of them. I fully respect them getting that bag. I am fully willing to sell out because capitalism sucks, but we are living in it. But that does not mean you have to listen to adverts. Feel free to skip.
I'm fully against this. I hate ads more than anything.
I mean, I hate ads as well, but I will not pay to remove ads, but I'm also willing to get money and sell out.
I will literally like construct entire new software in order to avoid advertisements.
Yeah. Do you want me to go into further cultural stuff?
Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah,
Go
fuck it. Let's see. So it aired on the Warner Brothers channel.
Yeah.
Which would become the CW.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a proto
so
CW show.
It is really the proto
More
CW
like the
show.
episodic teenager-ness of it all.
Exactly. So the music of Buffy...
By Nerf Herder.
Nerf Herder. The theme is done by Nerf Herder, but it focused a lot on indie rock and pop. Did you know... the venue that they go to, the Bronze?
Yeah.
Did you know that they have real bands there that perform their real music for the show?
I wonder if David Lynch took influence of this in The Return.
Genuinely, maybe. Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
Oh, no, wait. Maybe they took influence from Twin Peaks because they did that in Twin Peaks.
Also, maybe. I didn't see it.
Obviously, they did it
again in the
Return, but there was much more focus on it, like the entire
there was like sequences and stuff.
I don't know. I don't think Joss Whedon's that cool. So.
No, unfortunately not. But yeah, so they had real bands. We'll talk about the band in the first episode later.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some of them didn't use their own name. I'm sure it's for legal reasons, but it's a shame that they couldn't
So they don't have to pay them as much.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it's a shame they couldn't literally use their exact name.
Yeah.
But I'm sure most bands would have just been like, "That's us."
Yeah.
And
as they pointed at it, I was like, "Yeah, sure, buddy."
There were lots of famous artists. A lot of the names I personally didn't recognize, but 2 I did. Blink 182.
Blink 182 was there?
Coldplay.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen those episodes yet because I've only seen the first 12.
I think
but wild.
Imagine watching Buffy and then Chris Martin comes out.
It's all yellow. Oh God, the stars. I don't hate Coldplay. I actually quite like their concerts. Look good.
You know what's an overrated take? The Coldplay's not that bad actually. Maybe they're just fine.
Yeah, they're okay. They got a couple good songs.
Sure. Listen, if you're a Coldplay fan, that's fine.
Yeah.
You should feel a little bit ashamed, but not that much.
No, I don't shout that. I'm not a Coldplay fan, but just like what you like.
No. That's why the Nazis won.
You know what? You're right. You shouldn't take centrist views.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how people get into power.
You need to pick extremist views.
I will. I have.
What is your opinion now?
Fuck Coldplay.
There we go. All right, carry on.
Okay, cool. Casting. Do you know about the casting?
Yeah.
Yes. What did you learn about the casting?
It was supposed to be Katie Holmes, wasn't it?
Katie Holmes. There was lots of different.
Natasha Lyonne.
Natasha Lyonne. Stupid.
There
was. Yeah.
But she was like underage at the time, wasn't she?
There's a lot.
Could you imagine like lesbian? I know Natasha herself isn't a lesbian, but I guess she's just canonically on screen a lesbian.
Yeah, she's always playing
I don't think I've ever seen her in a role where she isn't gay.
She's the female Josh O'Connor.
Yeah. She's like gay for pay, and I fully accept it.
Yeah.
And honestly, oh God, I would go on apeshit for gay Buffy.
I'm sure if like Buffy had continued, I think in the comics she might be. I know that Buffy, this isn't in my notes, but I do know that Buffy is famous for having like the first on-screen lesbian sex scene of a television show.
Really?
Yeah,
but not between Buffy, obviously.
I don't think between Buffy, unfortunately. No.
You can like, not to go into spoilers. I know about Angel.
Yeah,
I know they fuck, and I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know they fucked. I've seen them kiss. It's like, gross.
Ew.
I'll go into my Angel later. But yeah, lots of the girls auditioned for Buffy. And a lot of them went on to... I'm sorry to say this. I think Coco might have farted again.
Oh, actually.
I can smell something wrong.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
So if we sound like muffled... If I sound kind of muffled right now...
It's because she's covering her face.
I am going to die.
It's fine. So, yeah, a lot of girls who played Buffy went on to play other girls on the show. So the Darla, the blonde vampire from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Cordelia, Chris Carpenter. Mm-hmm. And interestingly, Sarah Michelle Gellar actually auditioned and was going to play for Cordelia.
I knew that. That's
so they almost like swapped roles.
Yeah.
David Boreanaz, I just wrote this because I thought it was really weird.
Yeah.
David Boreanaz, who plays Angel, was apparently found walking his dog.
Oh, yeah, by the casting thing.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing that guy, though.
Yeah, and apparently Joss Whedon said in the commentary that they weren't convinced on him as Angel, and then they asked like the female producers, and they were all like swooning. So they're like, okay.
I personally, as a bisexual, I have like a very particular sense, and he doesn't take a lot of fancy for me. But however, I can completely understand why
he's an objectively attractive man. He's also not my type.
Yeah,
but like you can see that he's meant to be like the heartthrob.
I'm just not attracted to the whole like hot edge. That's not my thing.
Yeah, no, it was big at the time, like the whole mysterious guy.
But you know what? It's fine.
It's fine. It's not for us.
It's not for us. It's for the straights.
He's for the straights.
Oh, that's okay.
The character of Xander is based on Joss Whedon himself. He's a self-insert.
Okay. So I've heard a bunch about the show having a Joss Whedon insert.
Yes.
To what extent is it a self-insert? Because I said in the commentary that he most identifies with him. Did people just run with that and just be like, oh, he's a self-insert? Or is he like continued speaking and be like, yeah, this guy's basically me?
From what I've seen, it's like a lot of Xander's...
Because he's seems to have pulled a lot from his own experience in writing this and used it with different characters. So I'm wondering, it's just like, has it just been like over psychoanalyzed that he is like a self-insert?
Obviously, a lot of our information, because especially, I know we do go into past episode 1 with other shows, but those are shows we've watched. For shows that we haven't seen past, we try and stick to as much of just the pilot and early production as possible.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree. A lot of the production for episode 1 seems to be him saying like he identifies with Xander. He based a lot of Xander's characteristics like on himself.
Yeah.
I think that maybe people take that just to mean self-insert, because it's like it's almost just self-insert in a sense in terms of like he pulled himself. But then you're right that he says about Jesse like having similar aspects
like that
as
specific scene later on. We'll talk like the episode in depth, but he does talk about a specific scene where he asks a girl out to dance and then he gets rejected, and he says in the commentary that this experience happened to him like similarly. Yeah.
So, truth be told, I'm not sure. Maybe it goes on later, where in later interviews Xander becomes more like him.
Yeah.
But that's just going off what we found online.
Yeah. Any other characters you want to shout out before I do a quick one?
That's all my notes on the cast.
I just want to specifically shout out a different casting in the pilot that isn't in the principal.
Oh, the principal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did have notes on this. I thought you were going to say
Bob Willow?
Willow.
No, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, the principal.
He's played by Stephen Tobolowsky.
Yeah.
Very big character actor.
He is.
I almost didn't recognize him because of the shoddy quality.
I had to check because I was like, is that the predatory gay guy from Glee?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
No, I know. I was like very shocked. It's like, holy fuck, is that him? Which is like kind of surprising because this is a very low budget.
Yeah.
They didn't have like any like huge actors in it or anything.
No.
Then he would get replaced by
Rupert Giles is his cast. No, that's
by
Giles.
Ken Lerner.
Ken Lerner. I like Ken Lerner.
Who also did a good job.
Yeah.
I really liked both their performances separately.
Yes.
They play like kind of a similar character, just like a quirky principal.
Yeah, and they give the
dean
principal
from the community.
Yeah, and they give the principal a little more to do in Welcome to the Hellmouth.
Yeah.
So, you can get to see that a bit more. But yeah, that's not the only casting difference between the pilot and Welcome to the Hellmouth. Yeah. Willow is played by a different actress.
She is played by Ronald Reagan. What's her name?
In Welcome to the Hellmouth and the rest of Buffy. Riff Reagan. So in the pilot, she's played by Riff Reagan. And in Welcome to the Hellmouth and the rest of Buffy, she's played by Alison Hannigan.
She is.
And Alison Hannigan was... Well, they couldn't quite get the casting right for Willow because there was such a specific trait that they wanted to have because she's a very shy character.
They wanted to make her quirky.
Yeah, they wanted her to be quirky, but they didn't want her to be a downer. They wanted her to have like a quiet optimism about her.
Yeah.
That she's shy, but in a weird way, she's kind of confident in herself.
Yeah.
She knows the place that she has in the school hierarchy.
Yeah.
And, she doesn't let herself get down about it. And Alison Hannigan apparently was just able to bring that. And I think you can really see that in her episode. I think that
I was quite
funny.
cynical. Because I watched, the order I watched it in was the pilot and then the Welcome to Hellmouth.
And I watched it in the reverse.
Simply because it was shorter and I had a little time. But I watched that one first. And I'm kind of glad because it highlighted the differences between them a lot clearer in my head. Just because you could see... I think you notice what's added more than what's taken away.
I agree, yeah.
But I actually quite like the
Riff Reagan.
Riff Reagan.
Yeah, I liked her as well.
Because obviously, from a lot of people's experiences, they've watched like the entire show, or at least like a large quantity of it. And then they go back to this one, and obviously it's quite more subdued. It's more like realistic. Yeah. But my initial reaction was just like, oh, they got her because she's skinnier. And I was like, kind of sad.
That's a shame, yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but...
I don't think so. However...
I mean, it's the 90s.
Yeah, that is a shame. They were like...
well, she's never really acted in anything in, so I don't know what the behind the scenes is, and I don't want to like project any sort of like thoughts onto it. However... what was
Alison Hannigan?
Alison Hannigan? Yeah,
Hannigan.
Hannigan's performance is great in this.
Yeah, it's really good. I think
she brings a lot with her face.
She does.
She blinks a lot.
I think what's hard is between the pilot and in the first episode, Welcome to Hellmouth. I think the hard thing is the principal is only a minimal character, whereas Willow is a big character.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say how Riff Reagan would have done with the added Willow stuff.
Yeah.
Where Willow does get more conversations with Buffy, she gets more jokes.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, obviously. So we get more time.
With Alison Hannigan as Willow, yeah. So it's hard to say, but it's worth noting that that's the difference between the pilot and Welcome to Hellmouth.
So that's the cast.
Yes.
So what actually happens in this episode, Joe?
Before we go into that... Can I tell you a bit more about the pop culture impact of Buffy?
No.
Okay. Right, last bit, and then we'll go into the episodes themselves.
All right.
So Buffy is so big in pop culture that there is a subset of popular cultural studies in academia.
Oh, like Taylor Swift?
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Like Batman.
Like Batman?
Yeah, there's a Batman course, yeah.
Okay.
It impacted TV for decades, like we said earlier. Its main impact was that shows would become more episodic, with standalone stories, with an overarching big bad.
So they'd have a BA in Buffy?
Yes, like Buffy studies.
Imagine you hiring someone and he's just like, oh...
What's your studies? Buffy.
Buffy. It's like, tight! You're fucking hired!
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
You could be a council member.
I majored in Buffy and I minored in Taylor Swift.
True girl boss.
Yes.
So shows would become overarching seasons with big bads, but individual episodes. Obviously, the shows we talked about so far, Supernatural.
Yeah.
Doctor Who, Russell T Davies specifically said about Buffy being a big influence. Other shows we're going to cover, basically all CW shows.
Yeah.
Like the Arrow shows.
The Monster of the Week.
That's the Monster of the Week.
It didn't invent it.
It didn't invent it.
It's revitalized it.
It revitalized it, I'd say, for a teen and older audience. Because when I think Monsters of the Week...
age group.
Because when I think Monster of the Week, I think Power Rangers. I think cartoons.
Sure.
Because a lot of kids' shows were episodic because... kids would tune in for one episode and not necessarily be there to watch the rest. But I definitely think Buffy brought that to a wider audience. And another random tidbit, two last little tidbits. First one, Buffy would win many awards for music, makeup, and basically the whole cast. Yeah, exactly. It's just extremely acclaimed. And I just like this little tidbit because I forgot it had a musical episode, and I don't really like musical episodes. But Buffy's musical episode...
How do you not like musical episodes?
I don't know, I just find it so jarring. I find it so jarring when a show that's not a musical has a musical episode. But Buffy might change that for me when I eventually get to it, because Buffy's musical episode was so well regarded, it arguably brought the trend of musical episodes back. Because they had been a thing before, it didn't invent them, but... they were kind of dying out. And then after Buffy's musical episode, which I think is called Once More With Feeling, I think it's like season 6 or something, it was so well regarded that shows in like the next decade, pretty much every big episodic network show would have a musical episode, like Scrubs.
Yeah. That's it.
Like Scrubs. I've forgotten all television shows.
That's fine.
Yeah. But yeah,
it's like a thing.
Yes, it's a thing. The musical episode.
We don't know it off the dome, but it's a thing.
The Flash had a musical episode.
Did they?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I think it was in Supergirl, actually. But The Flash was in it because, like, The Flash, the actress who played Supergirl, they were both on Glee. It's all connected. TV is very... Insular.
That's true.
Yes. But yes, that is all my production notes on Buffy.
That's cool.
What happened in this episode, Viv? I'm throwing it back to you.
I don't know, actually. Joe, tell me.
Well, fuck, I didn't watch it.
I've been lying this entire fucking time.
Yeah, I've just been reading Wikipedia. What do you want from me? No, I'll do it if you want. Buffy Summers. She's the Slayer. She's the one girl in Generations to kill vampires.
Yeah.
She's got powers because of it or something. She moves to a new school because she set the gym of her last school on fire. So she's moved to Sunnydale, which is a fictional town in California. She immediately meets Giles, who's her watcher, who's the school librarian. Willow, Xander, who is not a cool skateboarder. Even Joss Whedon says this is like the only time you ever see him skateboard. Yeah. Cordelia, Angel, and she goes on a night out to the local club, and Willow and Jesse get taken off by vampires, and Buffy fights them, and the episode ends on a cliffhanger where Buffy's going to get eaten by a vampire.
But it's kind of different in the pilot, isn't it?
It's a little different, yeah.
Yeah, in that it ends.
It just... So, leading up, I've watched season 1 of Buffy. So when we were discussing doing Buffy, I was umming and ahhing about whether we do just Welcome to Hellmouth or whether we do episode 2 of The Harvest as well. Because this episode, not the pilot, but Welcome to Hellmouth ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
In America, I do believe that Welcome to Hellmouth and The Harvest were aired together. Mm-hmm. However, this isn't a lost situation.
I think it was in the UK. I'm not sure. I don't think it was in America.
Either way around.
Yeah.
It was aired together in one, but not the other.
Yes.
But this isn't a lost situation where it is pilot part 1, pilot part 2.
No.
From the pilot episode,
and to be fair, it was aired like a year
later. Yeah.
Yeah, from America?
Yeah, there's a big gap. From the pilot episode, the 25-minute unaired pilot, you could see that the pilot became Welcome to Hellmouth.
Yeah.
They just chose to end Welcome to Hellmouth on a cliffhanger. Yeah. And continue the story in episode 2.
I was thinking of like continue watching it, but I didn't have enough time.
That's fair. And I think, yes, technically we get an incomplete story.
Since you've seen like the whole of season 1,
would
you say like the next episode is like a conclusion to this story?
Yes. Yeah. Next, you'd think so they mentioned the Harvest. Angel brings up the Harvest.
Yeah.
You'd think that'd be the series arc. No, that is concluded next episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes it less simpler. Damn, I wish that was the next episode. But we wouldn't be able to cover it because it doesn't count.
It doesn't count, even though we break the rules all the time. But the thing is, the 25-minute pilot does have an ending. Yeah. And it doesn't go into the Harvest. That was added later.
That's true.
So, the pilot episode, the main difference is, other than the casting, is The pilot episode's just a lot shorter, a lot simpler.
It is brisk.
It is very brisk. It's basically like, here's Buffy, here's the characters.
She kills a vampire. Multiple character interactions coinciding. Like, you don't just meet one character at the same time. You meet, like, 5.
Yeah. Which I guess is kind of like what joining a new school is probably like.
No, but like, that's where... and they had much more the Clueless sort of type thing going on.
Yes,
with, like,
exactly.
all the clicks and, like, introduction thing, which I actually quite liked.
Yeah, I did really like that. And, you know, I liked the... it sort of had the, what's it called? Like you said, Clueless. I associate it more with Mean Girls, which is really funny because Mean Girls came out after Buffy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I do like that aspect of it. I like... The dialogue is mostly the same, but I do like a couple of the jokes that aren't in there.
Yeah, there's a couple of fresh jokes in there.
But what I really like is the one the principal says when he's apologising to Buffy, which is, we very seldom have dead kids in lockers.
Yeah.
Just was very funny.
But it was genuinely kind of a shock, the tone of the show.
Yes.
I kind of... Obviously never seen it. I kind of understood it's going to be like a little bit campy or whatever.
Yeah.
But the specific tone was just like, oh, this is really heightened.
That's an aspect I really like in Welcome to the Hellmouth. So just how they talk about death in general. Like one of my favorite, I've got a long list of favorite lines, but one of the ones that caught me by surprise was the teacher.
Yeah.
When she writes Black Plague on the board, and she's like, one of the fun parts of the Black Plague.
That went right over my head. That is a really good line.
I just feel like it really highlights the death in this world, in this universe.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a thing that happens.
That's true. And how, like, even the kids, like, at least in the pilots, there's like an initial shock, and then Cornelia just comes in and just like, there's a dead kid, what the fuck?
It's Cordelia.
Cordelia.
Yeah, I like that. And like, same in Welcome to Hellmouth when they expand on that scene. It's just like, so Jim's been cancelled because there was this totally dead guy stuffed in a locker. It's just a thing that's happened. And I think that's good that they established up front, especially as someone like who's watched the rest of season 1, where it's like, teenagers die in this school.
Yeah. I guess if you just constantly had it where like death impacted it.
Yeah.
I know stuff later on happens where like death is obviously like huge part of it. But like with this sort of scenario where you need like a monster of the week and you need that sort of campy tone.
Yes.
I think it does kind of work. It took me a second of just being like, oh, this is just how the characters are going to interact and how the world sort of works.
Yes, exactly. But I really like how succinct the pilot is. Going from the 45-minute episode to the 25-minute episode was really jarring.
I could imagine.
But I do like it. I like that it tells a complete story. It does feel quite rushed in a lot of ways. Mainly with Willow going off with a guy, just because how she's characterized. Yeah, that was like the biggest thing where I was just like, oh, okay. Because how she's characterized as well, it's like you wouldn't expect that. Whereas in Welcome to the Hellmouth, Buffy gives her that little push to do it.
Apart from like the obviously production upgrade from the pilot to the Welcome to Hellmouth, the biggest thing I did like is the writing of that end segment.
Yes, I think that they put more time into that.
Yeah. But I know, like, Jocelyn, I kind of like this pilot. Like, the original pilot. I quite enjoyed it.
I like it as well. I think
the
it's
writing's,
a strong
like, really
pilot.
fun.
I can see why maybe with, like, what he would go on to work on and Welcome to the Hellmouth as an episode in general, maybe he's just like, oh, this is just a worse version.
Yeah,
and, we tend to be harsher on ourselves. But yeah, I think this is a strong pilot. I think the jokes works really well.
Consistently made me giggle.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that most of the dialogue makes it into the final episode says a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, the bones are there.
Yeah, not much changes. It just gets added to.
And like, I'm not the only one. Because it was like, apparently, according to a HuffPost article by Cole Delbiak, he talks about how the Buffy pilot was like overhated, and how like a lot of the bones of the show are still there.
Yeah, they are.
They're just like less refined as well, because like apparently like it was like kind of popular to bootleg it. Like I assume whilst the show was running.
That makes sense.
But no, I quite like the writing of it.
Yeah, I think it's strong. I think the writing is strong. I think, it doesn't.
The characterization of Buffy is different. She's more confident, quirky. You could like throw him around. She's less insecure than she is in, say, the beginning of Welcome to Hellmouth. I think. Do you agree?
I think it was hard to tell for me because I think it's because I watched it in the reverse order.
It was like quite apparent to me that because she was like, she showed up in the school and she was like quite confident. Whereas like it's expressed in Welcome to Hell Mouth that she feels quite insecure about going to a new place and worried about things. She speaks about them, but in the pilot, but she still like walks around with this aura of confidence, which I
understand
quite enjoy.
What you mean, especially like the fact that she kind of almost reaches out to like other teenagers.
Yeah.
Whereas she is quieter in Welcome to Hellmouth. Like she doesn't really speak to anyone until Cordelia reaches out to her.
Yeah.
And you know, that's kind of sparks that conversation.
Yeah,
and from that, she meets the other characters.
Yeah. They are different, but I do really like, obviously, what they did with her. Because I think it does make her a better character, that she has these insecurities.
I think so as well. And that's an aspect I really like of Buffy's character, that she's destined. She knows that she's the Slayer. And even in the later conversation she has with Giles at the Bronze, when she's like, well, I don't want to be the Slayer, but like, yeah, if I come across a vampire, of course I'll stake him. Of course I'll do it. Like, she's the reluctant hero.
Yeah. And which is like, I don't know how much this continues on beyond this episode, but this feels like a good arc for this episode at least.
It is. I think it's a good arc. I definitely think that just from the first 12 episodes I've seen, it's a common sort of it's a way to distance Buffy from a lot of the other characters.
Yeah.
From her, we meet her mother. Her mother's a major character, and there's always that.
Yeah, because she just isn't in the pilot at all.
No, and I think it's important for us. We've got that family relationship. We've got those friends.
Joss Whedon did say he initially didn't want to show her parents at all.
Yeah.
But then obviously they decided to add them regardless, and like.
Yeah,
and it's nice to have those home scenes as well.
I think that was a good choice, especially just to have a grounding and realizing that Buffy's mother doesn't know that she's a Slayer.
Yeah,
I think that you could assume there could be a show where the parent knows, but it's so much more interesting to have a parent who doesn't know and thinks that when Buffy's going through struggles, it's just normal teenager stuff.
Yeah. I want to talk about the opening of... Well, they're more or less the same. But they're slightly different.
The opening sequences.
The opening. With
Darla.
Yeah, with Darla going, that got me.
It got you.
It got me. I didn't know this. I was just like, oh, wow. I was just like, oh, shit.
I think it plays on the trope really well. I think that kind of shot itself in the foot.
Did you know about it before going in, or were you just like...
The whole...
did you, like, know that was coming?
Did you know that she was going to be the vampire? Yeah. Yes, but only in the sense of... What I did know, the big thing I knew about the show was just like women empowerment, and I was just sat there.
If I was Joss Whedon,
I'd have it with a girl is the killer, not the boy. And then that happened, and I was like, I know how to screenwrite.
No, but that's a great hook.
That is a great hook, and it establishes almost the theme of the show of like,
absolutely,
women aren't vulnerable. Like even the bad guys can be, even girls, even the girls can be evil.
Yeah. Even they can have disgusting makeup faces.
Yeah. What did you think of the vamp faces?
I think the makeup looks great.
I think it does.
They look ugly as fuck, but I think it works.
They do. I think it works. They basically just wanted a very distinct look. I think it's kind of
funny, specifically in Hellmouth, when like the master and his
little boy,
when they're speaking, they clearly have like kind of a lisp because of all the makeup on it. But I think it's like it's kind of cool.
It serves a means to an end, because they basically just didn't want Buffy killing teens like humans.
Yeah, so they make him look like quite demonic.
Yeah, apparently the makeup changes as the show goes on.
Okay.
I haven't seen any difference so far in what I've seen.
Yeah, but yeah, in the pilot at least, they go to this like theater set, which isn't in because obviously they don't go to it later on.
Yeah,
but there's a trapdoor.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an episode later on where the school like has a theater, but like, I don't know why they chose that specific. Don't know. It's an interesting change.
I guess it's just like a good set for the later set piece.
Yeah.
Do they do like an equivalent of that in the second episode?
What do you mean?
The fight scene.
The fight scene?
In the end of the pilot.
Yeah.
They do an equivalent of that.
They continue like the fight scene.
In the second episode.
Yes.
They do.
There's a fight scene. Why am I blanking? I feel like yes, but I also feel like I'm forgetting something. How does the pilot end?
It's they're fighting on the theater stage.
Yeah.
And then they win,
Yeah.
And then it's just like,
oh,
then she throws the fucking
stake through Nosferatu. Yeah. Sorry, I would get mixed up, especially because I saw the movie. And
I can imagine.
I just got it. They all melted.
You've seen the same story,
right?
Like 3 different times in very micro different ways.
I don't believe we see the theater stage in the second episode, but I haven't rewatched it, so I might be wrong.
Okay.
But yeah, the fight does continue. There are aspects of the second episode I do want to talk to you about, but only because they're relevant for this episode.
Okay.
So we've spoken about a lot of the characters so far, only briefly some of them, but we've mentioned a lot by name, except for really Jesse. So do you know what's up with Jesse?
Is he more than just like a one-off character for this episode?
Interesting. So
okay,
if you don't want Buffy spoilers, skip ahead. Just like skip. It's an episode 2 spoiler. I know we're first time flyers. I know we do the pilots, but this fact is relevant for this episode.
Okay.
So
does he become a vampire?
He does, but the opening sequence, the opening, like the introduction, the title sequence. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
The title sequence doesn't have Jesse in it. Joss wanted Jesse to be in the title sequence because in episode 2 he gets turned into a vampire and he dies. And Joss wanted it to be a surprise. But apparently it wasn't in the budget to do 2 title sequences. Okay. Part of me wants to say, like, how fucking expensive is it to add one guy?
This is 1997 graphic design. It's very expensive.
It's not PowerPoint, you know.
Okay.
But apparently he does do it later in the show.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to be the fucking lookout of, like, right, which of these fuckers is going to die?
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, so it is a spoiler for episode 2, but it's funny to think that there is a world where Jesse was in the intro for this episode. Because like you said, a lot of this twist in this show does kind of catch you off guard. And it would have been really interesting to watch this. And to be honest, I did watch this the first time I watched it, thinking Jesse was going to be a mainstay. He was going to be a part of their core group.
Yeah.
And I didn't even notice he wasn't in the title sequence.
No, I mean a lot is going on.
Yeah, so exactly.
I'm too busy headbutting to that fucking rocking sound. It's a good
Nerf
herder.
Nerf herder. It's a good intro.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
I love the butt rock around the entire show.
Honestly, yeah, it is.
Really cool.
I like the music. I think it really stands out.
Yeah. But yeah, she meets all the cast there. Specifically in the pilot, you meet Willow. She's much more subdued.
Yeah.
And you meet all the bitches.
The bitches.
As Joss Whedon describes them. It's like,
I hated when he called Cordelia a bitch. It just comes out different from an adult man.
I can see where he's going for, where she's just like, she's obviously like a mean girl.
Yeah.
But when it's coming from like a 30-year-old man, it's like, all right, man, come on. But yeah, she's obviously like, what are they called? When they lure sailors into the ocean.
A siren.
She's a siren for Buffy. She's trying to lure in, just like because Sarah Michelle Gellar has great fits in both versions. Yeah. I might say I love both the fits.
She does. Honestly, the clothes in this are so good. But
yes,
talking about Cordelia in relation to Buffy, one of the aspects of the film I didn't like was Buffy starts out as a mean girl. And to be fair, the progression does work. It just makes her not very likable at the start, which was kind of jarring to go to, because I watched the show first, then the film.
Yeah.
However, it does become kind of relevant later on so aspects of the movie are mentioned, but not the film that was made, Joss's original script. Like in the film, the gym doesn't burn down, and there's just slight differences. So the movie is not canon in the sense of the film itself is.
It's like a sort of continuation, but not at the same time.
It's like if you watch the movie, you can watch Buffy and you feel like you've got that extra little bit of info.
Yeah, because that's what that opening was supposed to be with her in the bed, isn't it? It's supposed to be like a quick...
Kind of, yeah. So it's like different flashes. But I think that's interesting that like Buffy could be one of the popular kids if she wanted to. And I love that about her character, that when she sees Willow and Cordelia is mean to her, she chooses to go with Willow.
Yeah. No, it instantly, like, because Willow's like so like quite sweet. Like obviously the audience is gonna side with her regardless.
Exactly. One of my favorite jokes from Willow is "Hi, Willow, right? Why?"
Yeah, that's great.
It just got me.
No, she has a ton of great lines.
She does, honestly.
I love how she goes to the bronze.
The bronze, yeah.
Yeah, she goes to the bronze on her own, not to meet anyone, just because she wants to. That's great.
Yeah, she's like, that's the thing. She's got a quiet confidence about her.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, she's she's shy, but she's not ashamed of who she is.
Yeah, because she didn't do that in the pilot, I believe. And I wouldn't believe that character to do that.
No, I do think there's a difference.
Yeah.
That's why, like, it's like how in the pilot, when it's like Will has gone off with some guy, it is kind of jarring.
But like we said in episodes prior, we do love a character. Speaking of
Cordelia.
Yeah. Speaking of Cordelia, we do love that kind of character.
Someone
who's supposed to be kind of shallow and is kind of a bitch. We love her regardless.
We do. And it's just, most of the lines I've gotten written down are just from Cordelia. Like, there's a couple other jokes, but just we haven't gone into like Buffy speak yet, and I do think that's a whole other part that maybe we should kind of talk about near the end.
Yeah.
But she just really encapsulates like that Buffy speak thing of like her one-liners. I'll read a couple. Don't you have an elsewhere to be? Incredible. Oh great, it's my stalker. And this bit's I told you about this I don't know if you remember, the first time I watched this episode like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I told you about this because we love old tech. I've got a flip phone. One of my favourite moments in this episode is when Buffy goes to stake Cordelia because she thinks she's going to be a vampire.
Oh, yeah.
What is your childhood trauma? And then she takes her purse and takes this fucking big block of her phone out, pulls up the antenna and says,
I got to call everyone.
I have to call everyone I've ever met right now. I love her. I think she's incredible.
No, the actress who plays her is like fantastic.
She is. I could see why they chose her for that role.
Yeah,
she's also like 26, 27.
Yeah, she's our age.
She's our age. But like she works as a teenager. We've said a couple times we'd rather adults play teenagers than teenagers be on sets. But like it's not like Glee where they look 50.
Yeah.
Like they look they still, especially because they're not a lot of shows by default start with teenage characters in high school being freshmen, which is like 15, 16, but they're not. They're the one above, so they're like 16, 17.
Oh, okay.
So, it's a reasonable age for them to be.
I think it's also interesting that in the pilot, she has a posse. Whereas in the new one, she's like kind of a loner. Obviously, she goes to the Bronze with her friends. Yeah. And she almost gets staked. But yeah, so it makes her seem more lonely.
Well, that's really interesting you say that. This is the first time we've talked about a show where, like, we've talked about shows we've both seen some of, but this is the first time we've watched where you've only seen the first episode and I've seen a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting you say that because there's an episode in season 1 which is about loneliness.
Oh, okay.
And Cordelia actually is really relevant in that episode and has a conversation with Buffy about how, like, even when she's surrounded by people, she feels like she's alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love Cordelia.
Oh, damn.
That's why I'm so sad to hear that she gets written out. I know it's not going to be for like most of the show, but I plan on continuing to watch. So fuck Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, and then we. I know we're jumping back a bit, but I want to talk about the library scene.
Yes, let's talk about the library
scene. Different libraries.
Different libraries.
The first one's like a bat cave.
Well, did you know what they wanted to do with the library?
Maybe
they wanted it to be kind of labyrinthian.
Oh, okay.
Like there's a lot of like bookcases going back and forth, and Buffy would kind of like move in between them.
Yeah.
And it'd be like this big set.
Yeah.
But it just didn't work with the lighting and the way like they wanted to frame it.
That's kind of fair. Well, the one they eventually ended up on is quite cozy.
Yeah, I like it.
The first initial incarnation is quite funny, just because there's a massive staircase. She goes up it and does a fucking backflip, which is awesome.
I did like that. Yeah,
I was very disappointed it wasn't in the episode. Yeah, but we got a different somersault, so it's fine.
We did, but it is a really funny characterization moment of like, I'm not going to be the Slayer, and it just does like a backflip off a balcony.
It's like don't do that.
It's like
what do you think of Mr. Krillitane?
Mr. Krillitane. Okay, the first time I watched, I wasn't sure what to think of Giles. I do think I'm a little clouded by having seen more episodes.
Yeah.
But I like Giles. He's way too forward.
Yeah.
He needs to calm down.
I know. Just when like spoke in the commentary, how he's like, okay, you got to keep like 6 inches apart, otherwise you start creating sexual tension.
Yeah, which is
not in that specific way, but
like in a way of like we don't want to think of Giles as a creep.
Yeah.
What did you think of Giles as like this is your first introduction to him?
Yeah, it was like initially I was just like, oh, okay, this guy is pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
But I did find it quite funny, specifically in Welcome to Hellmouth, where he goes to the club. Yeah. I love that contrast.
I love
the line where he says like, I don't want to be here. I want to go home and read a good book. Reminded me of you.
Yeah, that's me. I will never recover from when Ben Shapiro said, I'm the kind of guy at the party who will be sat with a book and he was trying to sound impressive, because I just had a thought of,
imagine seeing Ben Shapiro at a party sitting in the corner reading a
yeah,
did you relate?
I do think I have a different aura to Ben Shapiro. However, to have that...
You absolutely have a different aura.
Thank you. However, to have that in common with him did hurt me.
I mean, you both read.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I read. It's like sometimes I read when there are other people about. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll never... this is way off topic. It'll never be the same as one of my least favourite characters from Heartstopper.
Yeah.
Have I told you about this?
Yeah.
There's like one character in Heartstopper who it became a bit of a joke how in season 1 he had a different book in each episode, and then it just progressed to, like, granted I've not seen season 3 because I just kind of grew out of it, but apparently he's like, they go to a party and like his dad's singing stuff and he's got his book on the dance floor, and it's just like, my fucking guy, put your book down.
They flanderized him.
They flanderized him. It's just, but that's just me way off topic. But yeah, I like Giles. I think that...
I like his introduction of where he just like, this is what you want.
That's what I mean. And then back the fuck off. What if he was right? I know he knows he's right and we know he's right. But what if he was wrong?
Yeah.
And she wasn't.
I like the initial hesitation of just like, oh, wait, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you did that to just a random person. Oh, you want this book on vampires?
Yeah.
This tome.
Exactly.
And then she backs out and sprints out.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a normal reaction.
Especially because he's new as well. It's like, well, I'm fired. I lost my job.
It's like, oh, damn.
But no, I like him. I think that the scene at the Bronze really helps to establish their relationship.
Yeah.
Because I think it could be easy to see where, like, Buffy and Giles don't really get on. And I like that kind of grounds them and they do see eye to eye.
Yeah.
And
especially, I love the scene where, like, he's trying to get her to, like, hone in on things to point out. And she's just doing it based on vibes.
Yeah, vibes and fashion.
But she's still correct.
Yeah, but that's what I love about it, because it's like... And then there's a thing that comes forward from like the next couple episodes. It's just Giles is useful. He cares for Buffy. He wants to protect her. And, you know, Buffy's capable, but she's not perfect. But they kind of teach each other things.
Yeah.
Giles
he's more by the books.
Yes.
And she's like obviously like more free-spirited.
Yeah.
But like they're both like right in a way.
Yeah. Like, we'll talk about Buffy speak more, but for example... In the movie, it's not Giles, it's a different guy called Merrick, but in the movie it's the same sort of thing with Buffy's quippiness and like how that might get her into trouble. And that's the sort of thing where like Giles is like, you need to take this seriously, and it's like, well, if Buffy's gonna do it, she's gonna have fun with it.
Yeah.
And you know, that's basically the vibe they give of, you know, like you said, by the book.
Yeah.
And Buffy wants to at least enjoy it. And I think that you really get a feel for Giles as the season continues.
Yeah.
Mainly just because he interacts with the other characters more, like Willow and Xander, because they become kind of like a little group. Yeah, because obviously they know.
I've seen the video game pause menus.
Oh yeah. With, I'll include it in the Instagram.
Hell yeah! I love the
post.
DS cover.
Yeah, because we were sending each other like the stock images from the games, and there's one where they've sent, which is. Giles, Buffy, Willow, and Xander, and she just said, "Fucking what do you say? Like a Christmas card, family Christmas card." It really got to me.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, I like Giles. He's a chill guy.
Yeah. What do you think of Angel?
Fucking Angel. I'm clouded because I have seen more. So you start. What did you think of Angel?
I don't know. It seemed like kind of a dick, but like
yeah.
You know, here, obviously the cross is going to be used later on.
Yeah.
And I immediately knew that he was a vampire.
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to be kind of a surprise. Sorry again for spoilers.
Yeah.
I don't know when that gets revealed.
Did you know before watching this that Angel was a vampire?
Maybe.
I did. I don't know how I knew that. Maybe it was the same sort of case.
I knew
where
he had his own
show,
and I was just thinking, like, okay, a guy just can't have his own show. He's got to have something.
Fair, because it's not until
imagine having like Buffy and just a guy from the same universe.
Yeah, that's fair. It's about halfway through season 1 it gets revealed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they could like.
Yeah, they hold off on it a little bit, and
apparently he was going to be in the pilot, but the scene got cut, according to Wikipedia.
I didn't find that. Maybe. I mean, he doesn't...
I mean, that pilot is literally just like...
Exactly.
All fat trimmed in his bones.
Exactly. And like you said, like, you know the cross is going to be used.
Yeah.
Frankly, it's used immediately in episode 2.
Yeah.
That's how Buffy gets out of the thing.
That's kind of what I was expecting.
So, like,
I'm surprised she didn't use it at the end, so I'm guessing they were saving it for that.
It's I genuinely think that they could have probably ended this episode without the cliffhanger in the nicest way possible. Like, of course you can have the cliffhanger because then they want people to watch episode 2.
But then you wouldn't get that awesome freeze frame moment.
That freeze frame is good. But like, it's one of those resolutions that's like, it's like a Doctor Who resolution where they resolve it in the first 30 seconds and then the episode just continues as normal, which isn't a criticism. It's just like the way television's written sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Angel is fine. I agree that he just immediately gives off the vibes of like kind of bad vibes, vampire, bit of a creep. I know he is a good guy in like he's meant to be like on the good team, but yeah, I don't know. I still, even having seen the first season, I just don't feel like I've got that much of attachment to Angel.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we've seen other media with the vampire-human dynamic.
Yeah.
But like, of course, this was like before Twilight, before like, I feel like a lot of romantasy kind of delves into this dynamic of the, you know, the human girl and the mystical boy.
Yeah.
But like I said, the brooding and the mysterious guy doesn't really do much for me.
Yeah.
Sadly, he's just my least
straight show from the 90s.
Exactly.
So
it's just out of these characters we've been introduced to. Angel's just the most one note. To me.
But he's like, you know, it's kind of tall.
Kind of sexy.
It's kind of sexy.
Yeah. I do like that cool shot where Buffy is following. He's following Buffy.
Well, and
she's on the pole, and then she like.
Because that's when I was writing.
Down.
I was just like, oh, no backflip. And then that was happening. I was just like, all right, that's a good enough substitute.
Yeah, I love the shot where she's like, you could like it. This
is like revealed. Shot. She can do shit.
She could do shit. She has powers, but like
she's like really
initially it's
strong.
like it's just strength.
Strong and she knows jujitsu.
That was a scene I fucking loved in the movie. So in the movie is a milk. Not a milkshake duck. That's when it's like racist. The movie is a surfing Dracula.
Oh, she's not a vampire slayer.
She becomes a vampire slayer in the end. So if you don't know what surfing Dracula means, it's like, oh, there's a movie called Surfing Dracula, but you spend the whole movie waiting, and then it's not until the end where Dracula surfs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the whole movie's about her learning to be a vampire slayer, which is fine. But
I like in this interpretation, that's already happened.
I think that's way better.
Yeah, because she's just like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So she already has the skills and whatever, but she just wants to be normal.
Exactly. But one aspect I did really like of the movie is Buffy is like, I don't want to do this. And so she ends up punching her watcher, Donald Sutherland, and he goes like flying backwards. And then she's like, oh, I could do that. And then it immediately cuts to a montage of her punching a punching bag. And it's like, she only chose to be the Slayer because she realized she has super strength. And I think that's very funny.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I think it's a good way of establishing that Buffy is, you know, beyond human in a way of like, she could do extra stuff.
Yeah.
Which leads into like why she's so cocky at the end.
Yeah. When, in the final confrontation.
Exactly.
They're holding her friends hostage.
They are.
And Jessie.
They are, which is, and I like that they make that's Jessie. I like that they make that partially her fault.
Yeah, no, I thought that was like really good screenwriting where she was like just giving advice to Willow.
Yeah,
and she was just like, and then she immediately hits on a vampire. It's like, damn girl. It's like it's not directly like. Obviously, it's a good way where she can feel responsible.
It does. I mean, she directly, like, it's not like directly her fault, but like, she says it. She says to Willow, like, my philosophy is seize the moment because tomorrow you could be dead, which is a good philosophy for Buffy to have because in her case, yes, she genuinely could be.
Yeah.
It's
like genuine advice she would give.
Yeah, exactly. And when she sees Willow later, and Giles is like, what's she doing? She's seizing the moment. She's doing exactly what Buffy told her to do. Also,
shout out to Xander being like, fuck yeah, when Willow was about to get laid.
Good for her.
Yeah,
king. Honestly,
I'm glad it wasn't just like a
what? No,
gross. No, you're just like, hell yeah, Queen, go get some.
So
woo!
Xander is not well liked in the fandom, and it's been very hard, especially like following along with another podcast, watching Buffy, because I like Xander. I think he's kind of charming.
Yeah,
kind of like he's.
I'm sure it gets way more.
There's a bit because like he has a crush on Buffy, like obviously, and I don't like that dynamic. But as a guy with a lot of female friends, I love the dynamic of a guy with a lot of female friends. Just straight up, Xander's just one of the girls, you know.
Yeah, I wish it. From the sounds of it, I wish it stayed like that. Then
honestly, yeah, I'm hoping. I've had Xander. In the final episode, spoiler, Xander asks Buffy out. She says no, and then he kind of like asks Willow out, and she's also like, no, you're not doing that to me. And I'm hoping that's
Giles
just
out, and he's like, No.
Too young. He asks Angel. Honestly. So I'm kind of hoping that's the end of that. If it continues, I'll be really annoyed, but
I'm sure it is. Maybe this is where the allegations of...
yeah, that probably doesn't help when he's like, I based this kind of on me. I relate to him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, going after every girl.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't continue, but we'll see. But I like Xander in this first episode. The shot of Xander on the skateboard and him hitting.
That was rough.
That looked
I
really
know.
painful.
I was thinking, fuck. It was that stunt. And the one at the very end
when
where
Buffy
she clips
hits it, yeah.
Where she clips the coffin.
Yeah, she hit.
Fuck, that looked hard.
I think it's because, like, I don't know about Xander, but Sarah Michelle Gellar definitely did her own stunts. And I think the practicalness of it, it's probably fucking styrofoam or something. But the fact that they have them hit it. She clipped it with a bag. Her back must have been fucking killing after that.
Yeah.
That would have taken me out. I know I'm not, I haven't got powers. But it's just like... Exactly.
Give me 5.
Give me 5 and the vampires coming. It's just like, fuck no. Honestly, yeah.
I will say, though, I do prefer the death of the vampires in the pilot. I love the cocooning effect.
That's really
that they didn't carry over, at least in the first episode.
Yeah, they needed to
They
do
just
something.
instantly evaporate within these episodes.
There's it's interesting because they basically did it because they didn't want to have to be like, and now we've got to hide the bodies.
Yeah.
So
well, they still like evaporate.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just pick your poison. I don't mind the dusting. It is very quick, like you said, but some vampires take longer to dust than others for some reason.
They're just more powerful.
It's just kind of that's an interpretation. Is like stronger vampires or older vampires. Apparently, that's what I read about. But I kind of like the effect. It's okay. I don't mind either way.
What do you think of the Master?
The Master. I like him.
You like
camp
him?
guy. I like him
rising.
So he was meant to be covered in blood for that.
Yeah, that would have looked tight.
That would have looked tight, but also, I could see why they chose not to.
Yeah.
But I love
the CG effect is quite funny.
I do. Yeah, I love him rising. I'm just like,
I'm weak.
I'm weak. Bring me. What does he say? Something fresh or something young?
Bring me young.
Bring me young. Oh, I like the Master though.
Yeah.
I like that everyone's so like the guy's just at his beck and call immediately.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, I'll do it.
I'll go do it. I'll go cut Buffy for you.
He seems like a good overarching villain, you know. From this episode, you kind of just get that foreboding of like, okay, he's like the big guy. He's like the one in charge.
At least for this season. I don't know how long it goes on. Maybe it'll end by the next episode.
I won't spoil that.
Okay, so it ends by the next episode.
No.
Oh.
So I won't spoil that.
Buffy eats shit. I wasn't expecting that. I thought she was just gonna breeze through these guys, but she was genuinely struggling.
I like that aspect of it because I like that she's cocky, and we'll get into like the Buffy speak thing in a minute because I think we're getting close to needing to talk about that. But I like her cockiness, and I do like that there's immediate consequences to it.
Yeah.
Especially because of how...
I like how she can, like, initially, like, kick 2 of their asses, and then, like, obviously, like, a big guy comes in. It shows she's not, like, overpowered to shit.
Yeah,
because like in the pilot, she fucking wipes the floor with these guys,
like comedically,
and it is tight. It is awesome. I love it. It is. But if you're going to continue the story, then you got to like establish stakes.
You do. You need stakes like the ones they used to kill the vampires.
To build the tiny fence. I really like that fence.
Yeah.
I like that joke.
I do like that. You forgot your stake. I do like how chill he was about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an aspect of it. I think it's important to have a character who has vulnerabilities.
Yeah, genuinely. Just
easily. And it's not even a fact of like, oh, she's weak because she's a girl or anything like that. It's genuinely just... she's untrained. She's new at this. She's still young. She is capable of killing vampires, but it's more the strategy side of things.
Yeah.
Like, she was grabbed from behind. Mm-hmm. She was caught off guard. It's like, if she was more experienced, then she probably would have known not to, like, leave it back, expose stuff like that. So it kind of makes you immediately understand as well what Giles will be there for.
Yeah.
To train that aspect of her.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, she's strong enough that she can kind of get by, but she's still got that flaw that needs to be developed.
Do you want to talk about Buffy speak?
Should we talk about Buffy speak?
Let's talk about Buffy speak.
When I googled,
what is Buffy speak?
When I googled Buffy speak, not much came up, and I think it's because it's been renamed to Whedon speak.
Oh, that's way worse.
Doesn't sound as good.
Yeah, that doesn't roll off the tongue at all.
Let me find my paragraph. There it is. So Buffy speak is basically one of the biggest effects Buffy has had on pop culture. Mainly in the sense of, yes, Joss Whedon would go on to write other big projects and stuff.
Some of the biggest projects ever.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Avengers.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Like the MCU changed cinema.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, exactly. But it's basically just when the characters are quippy even during intense action. And I think... Well, I'll go into what I think in a minute. I saw an article about how even shows like Cowboy Bebop, the live action one, even that was like kind of riddled with quips. Really? And we've never watched that. We both love the original Cowboy Bebop, so we didn't watch that. And I found a Reddit thread, the best source, but I do think that was interesting because it was basically a long post about how someone saying they thought that Whedon had a negative effect on movie culture. And all the comments were basically agreeing. And in different ways. I
in a way agree in that it is obnoxious as shit under any other context.
I agree. I think the problem is Buffy is about teens. And there's many layers. Buffy is about teens, and teens are snarky, especially teenage girls.
Yeah.
I also think it's really relevant for Buffy's character because, she is snarky. Like we just said, she's basically got superpowers. But it does get her into trouble.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people's problems, from what I've read in this thread, is that a lot of the times it halts the action. So yes, he wrote and directed Avengers and Avengers 2 Age of Ultron. And like it or not, that basically changed the MCU forever.
Yep. And now he's blacklisted from it.
Yeah. So a lot of Whedon's quips in those movies, a lot of people kind of feel like they halt the action.
I agree.
And yeah, I agree. I think
it kind of works in the Avengers. Just because I was kind of new at the time. I haven't gone back to it, but I feel as though it wasn't that obnoxious. However, the way it permeated across the entirety of the MCU, and even now you still kind of get it.
It went from the differences as well is only really Buffy and Cordelia speak like that.
Yeah.
You don't really have the others have funny lines, but that specific almost Valley's Girl style talking. Is only really between Buffy and Cordelia, both the really confident ones.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is the MCU is rather than say just having Iron Man speaks like that because he's cocky, that eventually became everyone speaks like that. And I mean everyone, every single character in the MCU.
Yeah.
I mean fucking Age of Ultron was being quippy, the fucking robot. And I know that's an overdone criticism, but that's one of the Age of Ultron I feel is the tipping point where a lot of people, like you said, a lot of people liked Avengers, and I feel it could be because it was new. It could just be because it was well written.
I wonder if it's just sort of a he got kind of known for it, and then he's been brought on to these projects, and he's kind of just I guess I just gotta have all the characters do it
exactly, and
because he was known in Hollywood as kind of being a quote unquote script doctor,
exactly,
and he'd add jokes and bit, famously in a film we saw recently, X-Men.
Yes.
We had awful jokes.
Yeah.
I quite like the movie, but you could tell when he does it.
You could tell. I think... Yeah, sorry, go on.
And in Toy Story.
Yes. Toy Story, yes. Forgot about Toy Story.
And
you can definitely see it.
You can definitely tell it in Justice League as well.
You can really tell in Justice League. Well, I mean, his Justice League and Zack Snyder's Justice League are different movies.
Yeah.
Both bad.
Both are bad. but
way.
In different ways.
In different ways.
Yeah.
I think, this is my take now, I'm sure that as others will have said it, but I also think it both hand in hand, Whedon speak has become flanderized, and also a lot of things are being called Whedon speak, which aren't actually Whedon speak.
Do you have any examples?
Yeah, so for example, this kind of is an example for both of those. So I think this is in Thor Love and Thunder, which I haven't seen, and I might watch eventually, but I have no interest in seeing it. Apparently that has the whole he's right behind me, isn't me joke, and it's well, Joss Whedon didn't invent that.
No.
But
I can kind of see how that could be associated with it.
Yeah, because it's it's in the action, it's a quippy thing, and it leads then to this. But I also feel when we were kids, whether it was watching Buffy or watching Power Rangers or something else action oriented, that would be funny. There's probably kids who saw Thor Love and Thunder and was laughing at that.
Yeah.
The problem is we've heard that joke before.
It's kind of interesting though, because I suppose at the time, with this specific tone of a show, where the comedy and the drama are quite heightened, and the horror specifically, I mean, it could be kind of a big spoonful to swallow.
Yeah.
So having this sort of diffusing dialogue at the time was like a good tool.
I think,
and same with like the superheroes, where obviously like it was quite hard to like make it sort of mainstream, and pointing things out, being ridiculous is like makes audiences comfortable, but it has made the opposite effect now, where it has been so overdone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's become like
people want sincerity rather than self-awareness.
Yeah,
and I think I'm all for as well. And I think that Buffy was like, especially because it was the first at the time, but it was kind of self-aware about when to do it as well. Like during more serious scenes, Buffy would stop. And I think that's a big aspect, and I think that's a problem specifically with talking about the MCU that is difficult, because you'll have the characters literally like fighting Thanos, who killed half of the universe with a click of his fingers, and still be making jokes, and it's like, now is not the time. It's almost like they don't know when to stop. But it's interesting that you say about self-awareness and like pointing out silliness, because there's a bit in, like, not to I won't spoil the finale, this is literally just one bit, but in the finale, Buffy is fighting
we said like a million spoilers. Sorry.
We have, but like, I'm not, you know what I mean.
Okay.
Buffy is fighting the Master, and it basically starts with like her saying a quip, and he does say like, "Oh, so we've entered the snarky banter portion of this fight," and like,
no, that's not funny. Fuck.
Do you see what I mean? Where it's like, I found it funny because it was probably the first time it was written like that.
This is like one of the few occasions where the tone is like perfect for it.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing, and like you said, the comedy and the horror are heightened. Where I do feel like it would be jarring to have the action and the horror without the quips.
Yeah, because it would just kind of be weird.
Yeah, and I also think that like, it's easy to link all of these things together with like the conglomerification. That's not a word, but like the Disney, the Disneyfication of media. Everything's owned by Disney, probably even Buffy now. Probably.
I mean, it's on Disney Plus.
It is on Disney Plus. Well, we'll get to the fucking Disney Plus online.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We haven't talked about that. Everything's owned by Disney. Everything's kind of interlinked now.
Yeah.
More so than ever. That like Star Wars has got the quips.
That's true.
Jurassic Park. Every big franchise has got the quips, and back then it was called Buffy speak because it was unique to Buffy.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that it's not called Buffy speak anymore is because people don't think of Buffy now when they hear that. Not because Buffy is irrelevant. It's obviously still like beloved by many, but just because so many other things have co-opted it. Like when we hear about the criticisms of Star Wars, people will usually say, "Oh, it's the MCUification of media," and that's still true. But it wasn't started just by the MCU. It all connects. And, love it or hate it, it happened. And I do think we're kind of seeing an end to it.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the tail end of it now.
It did change media for a good decade, if not longer.
Yeah, so I can imagine going back to this. If you despise it, you'd see this kind of dialogue and be like, oh,
I wasn't sure if you would like this because of the dialogue.
No.
I thought you would give it a pass at least because of like just the cast and their charm.
No, the cast genuinely
yeah.
But no, I really like the writing in this.
Yeah, I think it's strong. And again, it can also just be a case of, if you want to just blame Joss Whedon for it, which is fine with me, people don't necessarily get better with age.
Yeah.
He could have just got worse at writing.
Yeah.
I don't know about the later quality seasons of Buffy, but it could be that it gets better. It could also be that by the end of the show, I'm going to hate the dialogue. You never know.
I can't wait for us to actually get to an episode where we hate it.
Yeah, we haven't covered anything we disliked. Even like Sherlock, which we kind of didn't know how to feel before we watched it, we ended up loving.
Yeah.
Like in our own way. I feel like it's going to take a certain stinker to like...
Oh, yeah.
Really don't like it.
We'll put it in brackets in the episode. This one we fucking hate.
This one we hate, just to warn you, just in case. But yeah, should we...
Let's talk about the format.
Let's talk about the format. So, I watched Buffy on my CRT.
That's so cool. You're so cool.
Thank you. So,
I was going to, but the setup I have for it is that I have one monitor with the show on my notes.
Yeah, that's fair. I basically sat where you're sat now, next to my desk, and just watched it from over. That's why it's changed the angle of it.
Nah.
So when Recovering Leak, the other podcast I listened to that started following
Can
Buffy.
you bleep that? I don't want to advertise any other podcast.
That's
Thank
fine
you.
with me, although I have messaged them asking
Okay, if they
listen.
shout us out, then we'll unbleep it. But until
I don't
then,
think I didn't ask them to shout us out.
yeah, but that's code for shout us out.
Okay, that's right.
If they shout us out, you can unbleep it. If they don't,
Well, to be fair, we've got a while, so I like this episode won't be out for like 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so I decided straight away from that because I kind of knew tangentially that just I got my CRT without thinking of Buffy, but I didn't buy my CRT. We already had it. It was just up the attic. But I knew about the whole old TV shows being cropped. Weirdly enough, we haven't spoken about it yet. I think I Saw the TV Glow is what got me thinking about this.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah. So the film, if you don't know, I Saw the TV Glow, it's about like TV nostalgia in a lot of ways. It's about a lot of other things.
Yeah.
That's just a very, very brief.
There's like a simplification.
Overview.
But
Yeah.
like Buffy plays like is a big inspiration. For
Buffy is. And even in I Saw the TV Glow, they watched it originally on CRT. And then when the main character in that goes to watch the fictional show, in the modern day, it's like, oh, it's on streaming and it just looks worse. And, I just kind of knew about that tangentially. So I got the Buffy box set because I was planning on watching the whole show along with the podcast, like one episode a week. And it looks fantastic on a CRT.
Yeah.
It looks so great. And then I was missing a disc. Like the set I bought, because it was secondhand, it didn't have a disc. So I went to watch those episodes on Disney Plus. Is that where you watched them? Disney Plus?
No, I had the DVDs.
Oh, you had the DVDs as well. So you did watch them. You watched them in 4:3.
Yeah. I knew about the formatting dispute.
That's fair. Yeah. So
I didn't know to the extent until you talked about it.
Yes. So I immediately went on a rant because
she goes apeshit if we don't watch
there's
specific
a correct
media.
way of doing things.
There are correct ways of
Which
consuming media.
I used to make fun of, and I still think it's sometimes ridiculous in other things.
But in this circumstance...
oh, yeah. So basically, the way they edited Buffy for streaming, for HD, is either cropping it, so it could be in letterbox format. So cropping it so that it's really up close on all the characters, or because things weren't filmed in 4:3, they were, filmed in widescreen and then cut down, 16:9, yeah. Or using the 16:9 shot, which often exposes crew,
lights,
or things that equipment, things that shouldn't be seen. There's an episode where there's a character who's invisible, and at one point she's meant to be turning pages of a book, so obviously you're not meant to see the hand, so it's out of frame on the 4:3, where in the fucking Disney Plus version you just see the hand moving it.
That's fucking crazy.
And it's such piss poor quality. So if you have to watch it on that, it's also just way darker. I'm sure that's something to do with just televisions in general, and like the different technology they use.
A lot of TV shows go through like different colorations.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure it's something to do with that, but it just looks very dark. Obviously, if you want to watch Buffy, if you watch the first episode along with us and you want to watch the rest of it, watch it in any means you can. Possibly, maybe sail the high seas for it.
You know what they say.
If these companies aren't providing an adequate experience, you do not need to give them your money. This is a almost 30-year-old show. I'm sure that none of the actors would be losing much money if you just pirated it.
They would be getting the exact same amount of money.
I didn't financially support Buffy themselves. I bought the DVDs secondhand.
Yeah.
And also, it's Disney Plus. Oh, you're not going to give money to Disney.
Yeah. But it's not even like the first show. Like Simpsons went through this whole kerfuffle as well.
And to be fair, it's not even Disney that did it.
No, this was like a big thing with
yeah.
With the I believe in the Blu-rays as well.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
It's just.
What is the disdain for 4:3?
I know. It's like, okay, fair enough. Things have to look different. The coloration and stuff maybe needs to look different. Just let it be in 4:3.
Yeah.
What's the difference? It's not like our TVs are completely different shapes. They can display 4:3.
Yeah. Is it? Do audiences really find it that distasteful to just oh, the black bars? It looks ridiculous.
I know. I'm going from watching it in 4:3 because I started on my CRT. Then I had to watch a couple episodes on Disney Plus. But there was a episode. There was also the disc I had was one of them was scratched. So the episode stopped only 10 minutes before the end. So I just watched the rest of the Disney Plus. So because where Viv is sat now is where my desk is. So my laptop was there. The CRT is across, and you could see it from the desk.
Yeah.
I didn't go and turn the CRT off because I was just like, oh, fuck it, I'll just leave it on like that. And I went on my laptop, and this was the first time I'd seen it on Disney Plus. So I was able to do a fucking side by side, and it was one of the shots where they'd cropped it and like essentially zoomed in, and I was just like, what the fuck? It's so much closer.
I know.
Like, it's basically just, I think it was a shot of Xander, and it was like you could see the background and stuff behind him, and then you could pretty much just see his face.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
I'm sure, like, most people who haven't seen it before or aren't, like, give this much of a shit, the writing is strong enough it'll work past it.
Yeah.
But genuinely, for, like, media preservation, and this is like the best version that they're going to make available for most people to consume. It's a fucking travesty. It's a shame. It
also just felt like to be blunt, kind of a waste of time. You went through that effort to make the show look worse.
Yeah.
They spent money on making it worse.
Just put the DVD rips on. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, this is my biggest pet peeve. So I was looking because I wanted to...
This is the rant episode.
It is. I just wanted to stream it. Just 4 episodes. That's all it is per disc. 4 episodes. Just wanted to stream it. I looked. Okay, Disney Plus doesn't have the 4x3.
Oh, you're going to talk about the Paramount thing?
Paramount Plus, which we don't have Paramount Plus as an app, I don't think, but it was on Amazon. We have in the UK channels on Amazon. Fucking channels. Fucking welcome back, table. Anyway, so Paramount Plus on the preview images had the 4x3. I thought, great. I'll get a week's trial for Paramount Plus. Fucking liars.
Bastards.
It's literally in the episode previews, it's 4x3. Click the episode, it's the cut down version. How does that happen?
Just ripped it from Google. They're trying to lure you.
I don't know. But, if you have to watch it this way, that's fine. Watch it in any way you want to.
Just fucking pirate it. I don't care. I'm sick of like going on it.
Pirate it.
Pirate it.
It is morally okay to pirate things when the quality of the preservation and you're not getting a good quality version of it. Just pirate it.
Okay, pirate it. Don't go to Sarah
Michelle Gellar's
house. Yeah, leave her alone. I don't know. Donate to a charity.
Donate to... Find the actors, donate to a charity they like or something.
Sure.
Or just buy the DVDs secondhand.
That too.
I got mine for like 20 quid, like all 7 seasons.
Yeah, I'm quite jealous actually.
It's a pretty good set.
Yeah.
They look pretty cool over there. Next to my Schitt's Creek box set and Japanese VHS of Titanic.
I got
look very sick on there.
I know, I'm quite jealous of it. You need to get an actual VHS player.
Well, it's annoying because my other CRT, the one I think my parents got rid of, had a built-in VHS player.
We'll get you one because I got you Joseph and the Technicolor Dream.
Jesus Christ Superstar on VHS as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible what you find in Tesco's these days.
But no, we are passionate about formats just in general and like media preservation. We're big nerds in media preservation.
Absolutely.
But yeah, just it's this is art.
And it is.
I genuinely...
Imagine you saw the Mona Lisa, just like the top and bottom was just like cut off. It's just like, who cares? It looks cooler.
And this is going to make me sound like a right boomer. This is not my actual thought. It's just the thought I had in my head.
Say it.
Of like, people were saying, there's going to be TikTok movies. It's like, how there are show retellings on TikTok, usually with an AI voice?
Yeah.
Are we going to start getting like vertical cuts of shows? Because I think
this is your most boomer
you said
take.
this a while ago of like you feel like sometimes some shows I'm going to be paraphrasing.
No. I was wrong.
Shows,
I saw a take that was just like, oh look, I disagree with this take. Okay.
Sorry, I
do not conflate me with your boomer opinions. I said I saw someone see they're like, they're just center framing so they could cut it for TikTok, and I'm just like, dude, center framing is really common.
Yeah, but I've seen that take as well, where I think the last one I saw was the fucking trailer for some reason for Agatha All Along, the Disney Plus show.
Yeah,
and it was like it had like a match cut where it was like something in the center, match cut, something else in the center, and I saw somebody like they did that so they could do it for TikTok. And it's like, I don't know, maybe it's just a match cut.
Yeah, maybe it's not.
But maybe they did do it for TikTok. I don't fucking know. We're going to get Buffy the TikTok cut. It's going to be so close to their faces.
Yeah. And it's just, bring back pan and scan, but for TikTok. Do you not know pan and scan?
Is that where it like moves?
It's when, it's when things are like, they're not, they are cropped for 4x3, but they obviously like pan and scan.
Yes.
Right across it. It was like quite a common format before widescreen was the thing. I'm saying bringing that back for TikTok would be quite cool.
That would be pretty cool.
We've gone full circle. Actually, cropped is cool if it's for 4x3.
Crop it in a different way.
Yeah, crop it for us. Crop it for TikTok, crop it for CRT. I don't give a shit for Disney Plus.
Fuck widescreen.
Fuck 16:9. Fuck you.
16:9 is a shit format.
And fuck you, Joss Whedon.
Fuck you, Joss Whedon. Piece of shit.
All right. Do you have anything else to say? Anything else you want to fucking moan about?
Is there any lines in the lines I like?
You're just going to be quoting the show for the rest of the episode.
Honestly. What kind of a name is Buffy? Hey, Aphrodisia.
When I first saw that at the beginning of the part, I thought it was the black girl that said that. I was like, oh! But then I saw I rewatched it, I was like, oh no, it's the white girl. It's just because it was so crunchy.
I know what you mean, yeah. I don't like that joke. Hey, Aphrodisia. I think I've said my story. Oh, you look like DeBarge. I only like that one because I had to Google who DeBarge was.
Who's DeBarge?
It's like a band.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and to be fair,
is there accurate?
It was to the vampire how he dresses. Get this picture.
That's awesome.
It's very like, what's the thing? Fuck off AI mode. Just want to click all. When were they big? 1970s, late 1970s, early 1980s.
Yeah, they look like it.
So it's just, how she showed the vampires. You look like DeBarge. Yeah.
That's it.
I think that's...
End on DeBarge?
I think that's pretty much it. I love how Buffy uses her femininity to locate vampires, just like Elle Woods. And,
it was nice. Yeah. We've been watching a lot of Sausage Fest movies. Not movies, TV shows.
We have. It's nice to see one for the girls.
It's a nice one to see for the girls.
Yeah.
But also for the boys. This is it.
It's a very queer show.
In
culturally, and also in the show itself, but culturally, a lot of she's, theys, and gays love Michelle Gellar.
I completely understand.
Oh, I forgot. There was also a really funny conversation in the movie where at the beginning when Buffy is a popular girl, and her friends are trying to work out what they're gonna do, and they were talking about going to the movies. So I was like, no THX. They don't even have Dolby. They show previews for foreign movies. Also they go to the cinema and they're loud as fuck. We would have hated them.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a very good show. Would you have greenlit it?
Would I would have greenlit the pilot, honestly.
Me too. And granted it's because I'm following along with the podcast, but this is the first show that we're watching where I haven't seen all of it, and I'm going to watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just definitely. I really like it. I think it's a very, very good show.
It's a great show.
And
very funny.
I'm glad that it's well remembered, It says a lot that I haven't even heard about, it's good, but stop at this season.
Yeah.
We got Supernatural where it's it's all right, it's pretty good, but you can watch season 5 and then stop, or anything like that, or Sherlock where it's stop at season 3, or in your case season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to have a show where it's just good. It's just well regarded.
It's great.
It's good.
It's good.
So,
did you watch the music video on the DVD?
No. What's the music video for?
Maybe it wasn't on the DVD.
Maybe it was on yours, but not mine. What was it for?
I quit.
Was it for the oh yeah,
there was a tie-in music video.
No.
It was an AMV of it.
That's cool. We also didn't mention the band that was playing in the bronze.
Oh, who was it?
So the band that's playing is called Sprung Monkey in real life, but in the show Sprung Monkey.
Okay.
But in the show it's called Dingoes Ate My Baby.
Oh yeah! I was just like, holy shit! That's an awesome name for a band. I would absolutely go see them.
Yeah. Also, we didn't talk about this was well regarded. For some reason I couldn't find the viewership figures.
Yeah.
But only the Nielsen rating.
What's the Nielsen rating?
So it's a percentage. So it had a rating of 3.4, which meant 3.4% of all TV households watched it.
In America?
Yes. So 3.4% of households that had a TV watched it when it did. No idea.
It was, we usually have numbers.
Yeah, it was the 100th most episode of TV that week, which again, out of all TV is probably good. But to say something came in 100th place.
Yeah.
But either way, it's how many of those shows were remembered
exactly
today? But Buffy is.
Do you remember Savannah? The slot Buffy took over?
Oh yeah, I didn't mention that. I didn't know about this. It took over. That's why it was 12 episodes, certain time. Yeah. Because they took over a slot of another show, didn't they?
Yeah. So do you remember Savannah?
I don't.
Of course you fucking didn't. It got cancelled mid-season.
Well, we also weren't born.
I know, but you can remember a show.
That's true. Yeah, we weren't born when Buffy is here. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That was a stupid thing to say.
You absolute poopy brain butthole.
Don't fucking call me that. Fuck you. Don't stop here. We have to say what we're talking. Viv screamed and immediately went to stop recording. Next week, we are watching Twin Peaks. It is our season finale before we go on to it.
Yeah, it is.
We're doing a themed month after that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, next week we're talking about Twin Peaks. Awesome. There's a pilot of Twin Peaks, isn't there?
There's a pilot. There are two pilots.
There are two pilots.
There's a European cut, which is basically it rounds off the entire thing. Then there is the American one, which doesn't immediately end the story.
And then there's episode 1. Is it?
No, episode 1 is the pilot.
Okay, so we'll be watching the pilot, and we'll be watching the other version of the pilot.
The other version, the European version.
If you're watching along.
Yes.
I'm sure if you Google Twin Peaks pilot, you'll find it.
Yeah. I'm very excited. I love Twin Peaks.
You love Twin Peaks. It's very good. What's the Buffy theme go like?
Ramona the vampire. No,
I'm sorry. She's getting the phone up.
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
I do know who Ramona the vampire is. My bad. I didn't respect her game.
Fucking Buffy would have killed her.
I love the idea. If you don't know who Ramona the vampire is, please Google her and then picture Buffy Summers killing her.
Feel free to keep as much.
Oh. I haven't heard this in decades.
You don't remember though? Wait for it. It was CBBS.
No
CBBC.
Disrespect to Nerve Herder.
That fucks
so hard.
Well, it sounds like they got Aretha Franklin on the mic.
Yeah, damn.
Actually, it was Mona, not Ramona.
That was one of the best. One of the best intros to any show.
Wasn't it? It was so good. All right, feel free to keep that in.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ramona the vampire.
Thank you for following us today. I wish you a pleasant rest of your journey and hope you